Skye Blue, you are a professional wrestler, have been for almost a decade, which is crazy considering you're only 26. But you're a fan of professional wrestling.
Yes.
And I know that you are a fan of Jon Moxley.
Oh, yes.
I love when I see this picture float around. It warms my heart to see young baby Skye Blue with kind of a young baby Jon Moxley. What got you into wrestling?
So my parents have been fans their whole life.
Yeah.
So it was like always on in the house, but I didn't really get into it till I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I had a bad day at school or whatever. My mom's like, just come sit down and watch this. And I was like, okay, if you say so. And it was somebody's hardcore match on. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, I was like, I'm going to do that. And she was like, no, you're not. And so then I had to prove her wrong.
So yes, you have done that, and we will get into that. But like, what made the connection of like seeing this to actually executing? How do I go through the steps to go and do this?
Honestly, I don't. I feel like I was very intrigued by it. Like I felt like I always kind of did sports growing up. I was never like determined to do a certain sport. I just like liked being athletic, liked being outside, working out.
Yeah.
And then I kind of just saw that it was like a combination of it was a show, but it was also you were being athletic and these girls were strong and they were very powerful. And I was like, oh, that's kind of different than like everything that I had tried. And my parents were so into it and I was like, well, it does seem pretty cool. And it just kind of clicked one day. So then I'm like, I went through a site and I found a school near me and I emailed them. I was like, will you take an underage girl? I promise I'll bring my parents. I'll make sure it's okay. They're like, sure.
That's great.
And then it just ended up happening.
What did your mom think of this? I've seen your mom around a few times, knowing that she is a wrestling fan. But to see you do this and like to have these hardcore matches and working alongside some of these like juggernauts of the business, it's crazy.
Yeah, she was gung-ho for it the whole time. She was so excited. She was like the most proud person. I'm so thankful for all her support. My dad was a little iffy at first. He was like, you're doing what? And he was very like, I don't know. But then when he saw like, because I had to wrestle men at first because I was the only girl for a really long time where I started. And he was like, you're not complaining that you're hurt? And like I'd come home with like black eyes, I broke my elbow. I came home in a cast one and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, it's okay, it's fine. He goes, if this is what you love, like.
Oh my gosh. Where does like that toughness come from for you?
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt that it's out of spite, and I was just very determined. I was like, I'm not going to let anything stop me. I just wanted this so bad, and I was like, no, I'm going to prove everybody wrong that I could do it.
Who have you gotten good advice from? And have you spoken to Jon about this?
I haven't told him that I met him, and I'm terrified to do it.
He's not online, so
I know,
he was legit might not have seen this
That's okay. Is that I don't know.
I'll tell him stuff. I'm like, did you see this? And he was like, no. Like, I'll send him links to like other unrelated things. He's like, I can't even open this because I don't have the app. And I'm like, all right.
Hey, that probably saves mental health so much.
100%. Yes. So you've not been able to speak to him about this.
I feel I was very intimidated, like just because like I don't want to seem like a mark, I don't want to seem like a fan. But like when he helped all the girls for Blood and Guts, it was like the most that I got to like pick his brain and like ask. And then after that, it's been like easier to ask and pick his brain about stuff. Yeah. Which is still mind blowing to me, like that I can pick all these people like Madison Rayne, Dustin Rhodes, like people that I like grew up watching, like Toni Storm. Like I would watch her matches in math class when I didn't feel like paying attention.
Good one to watch.
And now I can. She's just like, oh, hi Skye. And I'm like, little kid me is like, what the? Like this is crazy.
Did you get like used to that? Because it is trippy to like really idolize somebody and then to like be on the same level. Yeah, like you're peers with these people now.
I think it took a while. It never fully clicked. I was like, this is my reality.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I've been in AEW for a while now that I feel like comfortable. This is my like home and these are my people. These are my coworkers. So it definitely took a while, but I definitely feel like I'm definitely not at their level, but I feel comfortable. Yeah. And I feel like I am their coworker.
You're in the room. You're at the table. Yeah. You're there. Of those people and being able to talk to them and pick their brains, is there like one nugget of advice that kind of sticks out or something that really resonated with you or like, a conversation that you had with someone that really kind of struck a chord with you?
The one thing so this will be totally random, but Kyle would always tell me, because I would stress about like remembering where I wanted to look, what ropes you had to be, the little things that a TV brain mindset goes into. Yeah. He kind of trying to just be like, you have the match, stop thinking about the match. I was like, what do you mean stop thinking, Yeah. And I couldn't fathom that he was saying to stop thinking about it, but he meant it in a way as think about what you want to portray when you go out there and what you want people to see you as. And it kind of just like flipped a little switch, and I was like, oh, I don't have to think about all the little details. I can just think about who I want to be when I'm doing what I love.
Yeah. And it's hard to do that because it's one thing to give that advice, but another thing for that light switch to go off, to go, okay, I can like apply this. The next time I go out, like it's like telling someone, you just got to calm down. You're like, what? That's not making me calm down.
It doesn't work. I don't calm down.
Okay, so back to the hardcore matches. You have had some incredible matches here in AEW, some, from blood and guts to just like shredding your body up out there in the ring. Why do you love that part of this sport?
I think it's definitely a different adrenaline rush than wrestling, but I feel like a lot of people view hardcore matches as like cop-outs, like, oh, if you can't make it in a real match, this is what you resort to. But I don't think of that at all. I think it's a different art form because there's more suspense. There's, oh, you have to set this up. Oh, what are they going to do with that? Who's going to go through it? What's going to happen? Like, it's a different type of roller coaster or a different type of adrenaline, and it's not for everybody, and that's totally fine. But for who it is for, I think it's, I don't know, you just get a thrill and you get the butterflies and you get excited like a little kid on Christmas. And that's how I feel in those matches.
What is some of and you've had several of them. So like, how has the conversation, I guess, like online or even in the locker room or whatever, like how has that conversation changed over time? Because it was, I think, viewed, especially for the women, as this one thing, and then we keep doing them and they're awesome. How has that changed from like your POV?
I feel like there was a lot, like with the blood and guts, like people were like very shocked at how much violence there was and how much blood. And I think it's just like people don't know what to expect when they first see it. They see girls getting this opportunity and they don't know what to think going in. So then when we do go balls to the walls because this is something, we really wanted to do, we're really excited about, people are just like taken back because they didn't expect it kind of thing. But I feel like, I remember I did a couple before and I I didn't bleed as much as I thought, or like something didn't work the way, the table didn't break, or, little things. And it's like, as you keep going, you just want to keep improving and like just make it the best thrill ride that anybody could go on.
Has the conversation changed a lot in terms of like what the reactions like, especially from like fans, and even like when you walk back through the curtain and talk to Tony, like what's his reaction after matches like that?
I didn't know what I looked like, so he was like definitely like, you did great, and you could like see the apprehension. I was like, I look crazy, don't I?
He's like trying to like
he was like, what's on your face?
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely become more positive now that more people have talked about it and the initial shock has worn off. And I feel like more girls are more open to them now, and it's more of a common thing and not like a taboo thing in a way.
100%. Yeah, I feel like it's all changed so much, like in the last 5-10 years of what to expect, not only from women's matches, but when you're adding in that hardcore element, we do blood and guts here, like. I love watching them. So
it's so fun.
Thank you for your service, man.
Anytime you guys want me one, I'll do one.
Working with Tekla and working in the Triangle of Madness, what is the relationships like with Tekla, with Julia Hart, and kind of the grouping of the three of you guys together?
Yeah. So I feel like me and Julia kind of started at very similar times, and we both came in as these bubbly, like happy ourselves times 1,000. And I feel like we kind of like clicked as human beings very quickly, and I was like, oh, she's cool. And then when the whole mist and everything happened, and we just kind of felt like we do work well together. This could be something really, really cool. And then Julia got hurt, and I was on my own. And then right as she was coming back, I got hurt. So it was just like the timing that never clicked. But now that we finally like do get to tag, it is really fun, and I feel like we gel and we just like, we function together really well. And then I feel like Tekla was quite a surprise because just when she came and she was just like poof and she was there, and it was.
That girl packs a punch, man. Like not only like physically, but I mean the way she just walks into a room is like, geez, who is this person?
You can't not see her and feel her presence. And she's crazy, but she's also hilarious. Like, there's some days that I will be crying, laughing, and then there's other days I'll be like, what do you want to do? Like, are you sure? But I feel like she was just like the extra little chaos that me and Julia didn't have, and she's just like a different, like she's very like us, but she's also a different vein of it.
going into the Owen, Tekla has made it clear that she wants to see how far you're going to go. She wants to keep that world title in the Triangle of Madness. What are your thoughts ahead of the Owen and where you're going to go in the tournament, looking at where Tekla's at, looking at All In, which is really just around the corner? These are all huge opportunities.
So I've been in a couple Owens before, and so I feel like this one I feel the most prepared and the most to prove. Like, I came back from an injury and, you know, I haven't made it to a finals of an Owen yet. So I feel like this is my one to show everybody that this is what I'm ready to do. Yes, it's Tekla holding the belt, but what's a better way to prove myself and prove how hard I've worked than to wrestle the best woman in our division?
Yeah.
Wrestling a friend is different than wrestling an enemy.
Yeah.
I feel like we both know each other really well and it would push each other. We'd push each other. And I've never wrestled at a All In. I've never wrestled at Wembley.
Yeah.
So I think it would be really special.
It would be really very cool. I mean, even seeing that little moment, that little flicker the other week between the two of you, I was like, oh shit, this could like combust or not.
Yeah, I think we both have the mentality of as long as the triangle's on top, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't know if she, you know, there could be, it's Tekla, she does love herself. So you never know, but I am going to do what's best for me and push myself to be the best.
You seem, very prepared and confident going into this Owen.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I want, and you know, wrestling Suri, I've never wrestled her, and I'm very excited. I love wrestling the Japanese girls. I feel like they bring out a different style of all of us here at TV because it's different. You know, Japanese wrestling, Lucha Libre, American wrestling, they're all different. They all bring something else to the table. So I feel like wrestling against all these different women from these different backgrounds, you learn something and it's like something to add to your arsenal, but then you learn how to combat it and how to use it to make you better.
Yeah. Who's been your favorite person to be in the ring with? We have so many people here.
Yeah. Probably Toni Storm.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I wrestle her, it just gets easy, like, not easier, like, I feel more comfortable in the ring and more confident in the ring.
Yeah.
And it is the coolest thing to me to pick her brain because she just gets it.
Yeah.
Like, she gets this. And
she's a freak, man.
Yeah.
She
she's
is
also
wrestling.
An awesome human being. Like, I just instantly felt comfortable around her and being able to, like, ask questions. Like, this is probably a silly question. You know, I don't have to preface it with that.
Yeah.
She just makes me feel comfortable enough that I could just ask my question or, you know, if I have a worry in the back of my head, she'll calm it like that.
Yeah.
It's just the coolest thing ever.
I love you, Toni.
Yeah.
Love little Toni Storm.
Hurry up and get back here so I can beat you up.
Yeah. So you've been doing this for like a decade.
That's crazy.
And that is crazy. That is crazy to say. You're still so young. We've been doing this a long time. But Skye Blue, when you started here in AEW to who you are now, what kind of growth have you seen in yourself? I mean, even just like character-wise, you know, you're talking about you and Julia when you first came in to who you are now. What are some of the things that you're seeing?
I feel like this is the most confident version of myself I've ever been. Not even just like in the ring, just like with my appearance, with like, because like ever since dating Kyle, he's super like food and workout and like diet orientated, and he's so good at it.
Dudes.
And they love it. They love it. I just want a cookie. I just need a cookie sometimes. But he is very
Girls
good.
are allowed to be emotional eaters, by the way.
Just a couple cookies.
Yes.
But he's really good at explaining it and make it not as daunting. Because, like, I feel like I always worked out, I always weightlifted, but that was never the issue. It was the food.
Right.
And he was able to break it down and make it simpler. And, you know, it's not just cold turkey, cut yourself off like that. You know, it was baby steps and slowly integrating things and stuff like that. So I feel like I've been the most confident in my body.
Yeah.
And then, you know, coming back from an injury, I've been, you know, it's scary, you know, trying to used to all the metal, but definitely feel more confident. But also, like, I feel like I've learned a lot about myself, like as a person and a wrestler. So then being able to be like, oh, this is all okay, and I can just like jump in and not be scared, not be intimidated by it at all.
Mentioning Kyle, he can be a little shit sometimes.
He's a little shit, yeah.
You guys have been together for a while. You've been able to learn from him. What are some of the other things that make your guys' relationship work?
Yeah, I think both of us being so passionate about wrestling, and because it's very hard to explain to somebody that your brain doesn't turn off from this. We can go home and our brains are still wrestling mode. It's meal prep, it's wash the gear, bedazzle gear, it's all the different things. So just having somebody who's also that passionate and understands the passion, but also knowing when, okay, it's a time to just be normal people and not think about wrestling and just hang out at our house or be with our cats or like just try to be a normal person, even though it's really hard sometimes.
I feel like it's funny that you saying that because I do see you all the time, whether it is working on gear, bedazzling gear, you'll walk over to the makeup girls and you clean off their brushes. Like, you're just always doing shit.
I don't know how to sit still. I really don't. And Kyle will attest to that. I'll always have to be, he's like, just sit still. I can't, no.
Yeah.
Like when I couldn't walk, when I was couch bound, I was like, I can't do this, Kyle. What?
Right.
And he was like, you have to sit still. I was like, trying to crawl everywhere. I was like, let me do something, please.
So I don't know if you want to talk about this here, but you had mentioned that when you did go through your injury that you had spoke to Adam Copeland about healing and what to kind of expect and all that. What all was the stuff that he said to you about going through that?
So I had never broken, I mean, I'd broken bones, but I'd never broken one to the degree I needed surgery, and I was terrified.
Yeah.
Like I did not want to do it. I was like, no, we can cast it. And they're like, no, it's detached, Skye, sit down. And so Kyle had mentioned, he was like, what if we just ask, because he's had a similar break, and he called and he was just like, this is what's going to happen. It's going to suck at first, right? And he kind of explained like what you're going to feel like when you wake up from surgery, what it's going to feel like having metal in your body.
Does it feel weird? Are you like aware of the metal?
There's some days I can feel where the plate starts and ends. It's crazy. But it's like, I think it's because it's still so fresh too. But like when it gets cold, it hurts and it cracks and it pops and it does all weird things. But he was very descriptive and was like, it's gonna suck and you're not gonna want to watch wrestling. You're not gonna want anything to do with it. And it's gonna be hard not to scroll and not to doom scroll, because that's our life. You went from 0 to 100 or 100 to 0.
Yeah.
And it was just really cool actually hearing like, yes, this is the bad stuff, but it does get better. And then he was actually who got me into reading.
That's right. Book club, baby.
And I thought it was crazy. He was like, you're going to want to read. I was like, what? Like, there's no, like, because I didn't even read the books in school. I would like skim through them, do the homework, and call it a day.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way, you're kidding. And he's like, it's going to help. And I remember doom scrolling when it was getting really bad. And I was like, so mad at my phone because I couldn't, I would put it down and then I would still end up going through it, looking at something. And then Kyle had gotten me a Kindle, and I decided to download a book, and I started reading it, and I finished it like that. And I was like, oh, this is cool.
Reading?
And so now I love reading. And it is so nice.
What are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? What did I bring?
Or what did you just finish?
Oh, I just finished. Oh, I just read Fury Bound by Staple Sorensen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know
that one. It's a fantasy, like about dire wolves. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantasy stuff.
Are you a smut reader too? Do you read like the trash?
Yes, I do.
That's right.
All the boys are like, hey, you're reading what? Like, stop it. Don't worry about it.
Just let me have this.
Just let me read mine.
Have this.
Oh, that's what I started. I started Rule of Three by Sarah Kate.
Okay.
Which is a very big smut book, but
we love them.
Yep.
We love them.
But
it is true. It's nice to be able to like not be on your screen so much, step away, and just like, because when you're actually reading a book, that's all you're doing.
Yeah,
you're not doing other things. Because I find even if I sit and watch a show, I can be super engaged in a show and I'm still like, oh, I forgot to look up this thing. I meant to order blah, blah, blah. And then I've missed the whole thing. Yeah. Reading,
you have to like
just gotta read.
Because if you don't, then you're like, wait, what did I've done that where I think I'm reading and I'm like, wait, I didn't process any of that. And I have to go back and
run that paragraph back real quick.
Like, hold on.
Another 10 years of Skye Blue in wrestling. What does that look like?
I hope still doing all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I want to do this until I can't bump anymore. So yeah, I just want to wrestle until I can't and just do what I love and make other people happy.
Hell yeah. Great. I love it. Well, I'm very excited to see what you do in the Owen. I really hope that this comes down to you and Tekla. I would love to see that happen. So I'm sending out the vibes for that to happen.
Yeah.
In a nice way, because I like the triangle of madness.
Yeah, just testing ourselves.
Yeah, that's right.
Just a little challenge. Nothing wrong with that.
Friendly match with everything on the line.
No big deal.
No. Well, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Yeah.